What source provides the energy to begin the food web shown below? A. Plants, B. Animals, C. Decomposers, or D. Sun? All right, number 2. Use your knowledge of science and the table below to answer questions 2 and 3. Roles of Antarctic organisms. The organism algae is a producer. It does not have any prey, and its predators are a fish. Next organism is killer whales. It is a consumer. Its prey is fish and seals, and it does not have any predators. And the last organism, fish, is a consumer, and its prey is algae, and the predators are seals and killer whales. Which event below would affect the most organisms? A, the extinction of killer whales. Not A, but F and then G, exhausting the fishery through overfishing. H, removing the algae from the ocean. Or J, a decrease in the bird population. Number 3, if the organisms in the table were placed in the correct places on a food web, which organism would start the flow of energy? A, killer whales, B, seals, C, algae, D, birds. All right, number 4. Use the diagram below to answer questions 4 and 5. And in the diagram, you've got sun, which shows its energy. The grass is producer. The grasshopper is primary consumer. The mouse is secondary consumer. And the hawk is a tertiary consumer. Number 4. What do the arrows represent in the food chain above? F, the direction of the flow of energy. The direction of energy flow. G, the type of food each organism prefers. H, the organism's place in the ecosystem. Or J, the space separating each organism on a food chain. Number 5. Which question below cannot be answered using the diagram above? What would happen if one organism was removed from the food chain? B, what are consumers? C, which organism is a producer? Or D, what might a food chain from a marine environment look like? Number 6. Which statement below best describes how energy flows in a food chain or a food web? F, energy from the sun is used by consumers and transferred to producers and decomposers. G says energy from the sun is used by producers and transferred to consumers and decomposers. H, energy from the sun is used by decomposers and transferred to producers and consumers. J, energy from the sun is used by producers and transferred to scavengers and decomposers. All right, so that was 6, and I told you to renumber your paper. This should be number 7. 1 should be 7. Which statement correctly describes the role of bacteria as part of the food chain? A, bacteria are decomposers that break down waste and remains of dead animals and plants. B, bacteria cause plant and animal illnesses, which are always harmful to the environment. C, bacteria and predators which catch and consume their prey. Bacteria are predators, which catch and consume their prey. Or D, bacteria are producers that make their own food from the sun's energy. Number 2 is 8. The sun is important in many ways. What is the purpose of the sun in a food chain? F. The sun provides energy for animals to stay warm. G. The sun provides light for animals to see. H. The sun provides warmth for plants to survive. Or J. The sun provides energy for plants to make food. Okay, number 9, which is 3. What happens to the plants and animals when they die? A. They become food for decomposers. B. They become food for producers. C. They make their own food. D. They provide energy for the sun. All right, number 10. Why is the sun an important factor in the transfer of energy in an ecosystem? F. The sun supplies nutrients to consumers to be transferred to producers. G. The sun supplies energy to consumers so they can create their own food. H. The sun provides energy to producers so they can create their own food. Or J. The sun provides nutrients so consumers and scavengers can create their own food. All right, use the diagram below and your knowledge of science to answer questions 5 and 6, which are actually 11 and 12. All right, the diagram above is an example of an interconnected food chain, B, multiple food webs, C, a single food chain, or D, all of the above. And number 6, which is now number 12. Which organism above is both predator and prey? Grass, cougar, mouse, insect. Number 7, which is 13. Which of the following would best complete the food chain? All right, so you've got a question mark and then an arrow pointing down to the grass and plants. Then you got an arrow pointing down to the bunny, an arrow pointing down to the mushroom, an arrow pointing down to the, to the owl, and then mushroom. So which one is that question mark? Is it A, producer, B, consumer, C, decomposer, or D, sun? All right, number 8, which is 14. Several animals are kept as pets in their classroom. Students are responsible for feeding, watering, and cleaning their cage. What rule best reflects the science safety rule students should remember to do upon entering the room? F. Sharpen their pencils. G. Write in science notebooks. H. Visit quietly with neighbors until the bell rings. Or J. Ask permission before working with the animals. All right. Number 9, 15. A food web is a more realistic model of the flow of energy through an ecosystem than a food chain because A. Most organisms depend on more than one species for food. B. Each organism in a food chain represents multiple feedings. C. Most organisms depend on just one species for food. And D. Each organism in a food web represents a single feeding. All right, number 10, 16. Students grow mold on bread to learn about the role of decomposers in a food web. For 2 weeks, students record their observations by taking pictures of the changes in mold growth. When conducting an investigation with decomposers, it is important for the students to F. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby. G. Wear gloves and other protective equipment. H. Taste samples of the mold growth. Or J. Feed the molded bread to the classroom pet. Number 11, which is 17. The flyer shown below is an advertising for all-you-can-eat special. People ordering the special will be consuming today's special grilled mushrooms, all you can eat. So are the people that are going to eat the mushrooms, are they eating A, producer, B, a consumer, C, a decomposer, or D, a scavenger? All right, number 12 is 18. Students create food chains to learn how energy flows through an ecosystem. After completing several chains, students notice some of the same animals appear on several food chains. The students conclude that within an ecosystem, food chains combine to create food webs. Do the students reach a logical conclusion? No, because most animals only eat one type of food. G, yes, because most living things consume a variety of foods in order to survive. H, no, because producers make their own food. Or J, yes, because food chains and food webs are the same. Okay, 13 is number 19. In an investigation, students grow mold on bread to learn about decomposers. They place 20 milliliters of water into 2 bags. In one of the bags, they place a slice of white bread. In the other bag, they place a slice of wheat bread. The bags are sealed, and students record notes about the growth of the mold in science notebooks. What is the variable in the investigation? A, the amount of water used. B, the type of bread used. C, the amount of time bread was left in the bags. Or D, number of mold spots that grew. And number 20, last one. Which organisms in the food web below would be most affected by the removal of insects? So look at your picture, and if you took out the insects, these 2 bugs right here, what would happen to the food web? Who would be most affected? The hawks and desert foxes? G, the desert plants and snakes? H, the large lizards and scorpions? Or J, the small lizards and desert plants? Okay, when you're done, come bring it to me and I'll check it, and then I'll give you a bubble sheet to bubble in your answers.